Hi folks, and welcome to TK Power Sports. Polaris, with its latest announcement, is pushing up the numbers when it comes to towing, payload, and price when you look at the new Ranger XD 1500. Polaris says that this is an all-new class of side-by-side that's going to sit above what we already have in the utility side-by-side world. And right now we're going to go through all the details. I'll tell you all about it. And then of course we're going to discuss, is it worth it? Because this thing won't come cheap. To get a sense for what this new Ranger XD is all about, and that XD stands for Extreme Duty, I think we can just look at the world of pickup trucks. You can think about today's utility side-by-sides as half tons, and now with this new XD model, Polaris is trying to create an HD segment, a heavy-duty segment of utility-focused side-by-sides that tow more, haul more, and offer more power. So it will be interesting to see if other brands like Can-Am follow suit and also try to bring out these heavier duty models, or maybe Polaris has made a mistake here and people don't actually need this. So it'll be interesting to see where this new segment of side-by-sides actually goes. I will be honest, I hope we don't call it the Extreme Duty segment. I think that sounds silly. But right now, let's dive into the details of what this Ranger 1500 is going to offer. Let's talk about the engine. So the new Ranger 1500 comes powered by a 1,498cc triple cylinder dual overhead cam engine that's making 110 horsepower and 105 pound-feet of torque. Now that is still sent through a continuously variable transmission, or a CVT, but unlike in the past, this new Ranger 1500 uses a steel belt for its CVT. Polaris says the belt is constructed 100% from steel. Now it's a fully sealed, liquid-cooled design for this new CVT. Again, Polaris says it's going to offer smooth and precise control, but maybe more importantly, longevity. This should mean that you're not in there swapping out belts when they break, and that's especially important when the horsepower starts to get high. So of course that's going to remain to be seen whether the durability is there, but this is obviously a move to make sure that customers have peace of mind when it comes to their belt, because a steel belt should last a long time. Let me hit you with some other numbers. So payload capacity on the box here is 1,500 pounds, and then the box on the back now comes in at 43.4 inches long, 56 inches wide, and 13.5 inches tall. The estimated dry weight of the two-seat or three-seat vehicle, I should say, is 2,473 pounds. So yes, this thing is pretty heavy, but of course that's just because how big it is. Now if you want to know the actual vehicle size, well, overall length here is 137 inches, width is 64 inches, and overall height on one of the three-seat units is 78 inches. Payload capacity for the entire vehicle, because what I mentioned, the 1,500 pounds, that's just for the bed. So for the entire vehicle, for one of the three-seat models, it's 2,110 pounds. And then the other most important number here is the tow capacity, which is up to 3,500 pounds. Ground clearance is also a pretty ridiculous 15 inches thanks to high clearance A-arms and arched A-arms to make sure that this thing sits up well above the ground to get you into some rough places. And again, speaking to its size, yes, this vehicle is pretty big. The wheelbase measures in at 95 inches. A set of 29-inch Pro Armor X-Terrain tires, which are 8-ply, are going to come underneath this Ranger 1500. And when it comes to suspension travel, you're getting 12 inches in the front and the rear. Looking inside, of course, first of all, Polaris says it's a more spacious interior because the vehicle is just bigger. You're getting new premium seating, and then things like available heated seats if you go for the North Star Edition, which also brings along a full HVAC setup, which is pretty cool. But yes, we're getting more luxury than ever with things like heated seats these days in our side-by-sides. A full range of drive modes is here as well. You have comfort, standard, sport mode, and a tow haul mode, which I really appreciate in this sort of work-focused segment. It's nice to have the shift points and the throttle mapping changed up a little bit when you are towing a big trailer. Polaris's Ride Command setup is available here too, so you can get a 7-inch waterproof touchscreen with all of that technology, things like a backup camera, GPS navigation, AM/FM radio, Bluetooth hookup for your cell phone, and much more. Again, more technology and luxury has arrived in our side-by-sides, and Polaris is leading the way in offering it. So as I said right off the top, Polaris is blowing up all the numbers, towing up to 3,500 pounds, payload over 2,000 pounds, ground clearance at 15 inches. Everything is getting bigger, and of course, so has the price tag. We now have to talk about the prices on this unit, and of course I need you guys to weigh in as to whether you think it's worth it or whether you think these prices have gotten a little bit out of control. So let me hit you with the numbers now. The Ranger XD 1500 Premium, that is the base model, so the starting price on this Ranger 1500 is $29,999 US, or $36,199 here in Canada. Step up to the North Star Premium, which has a fully enclosed cab with HVAC temperature, 5 different mode controls, lockable full doors, power windows, a fixed front glass windshield, electronically controlled power tilt dump bed, an overhead switch panel, overhead rear work light. You're getting 30-inch tires on that thing, and there's even available 32-inch tires. So you are getting a ton of features on the North Star Premium, and if you go for that model, the price tag jumps up to $39,999 US, or $48,799 Canadian. And then finally we get to the XD 1500 North Star Ultimate. This thing is top of the line. So again, full cab, full HVAC, real glass windshield, powered windows on the side. Then you get, with this model, the 7-inch Ride Command system with the radio, the Bluetooth. You also get Ride Command Plus, which allows for things like vehicle health monitoring. So with all of the features thrown into it, the price tag climbs to $44,999 in the US and $54,499 Canadian. Now we can talk about the price a little bit more. At $45,000 or $55,000 here in Canada for the fully loaded model, right away my brain goes to, well, now you are legitimately cross-shopping this side-by-side with a pickup truck. You can absolutely get into most mid-size and especially base half tons for around 40 grand. So this really becomes a question now. What are you gonna buy? The Polaris will no doubt offer better off-road capability, the ground clearance, the angles, everything is going to be better for pure off-road. But of course, in most places, the Polaris can't go on-road where the truck is going to have you beat. Now, the Polaris does offer a real windshield and powered windows, but it's still not a road-going pickup truck, and of course it's still just 110 horsepower compared to the engine you would get in a pickup truck. So again, maybe it's just me making that comparison, but at these prices, that's right where my brain goes, is what am I gonna buy, a pickup truck or a side-by-side? And I think that's a little bit crazy that we've gotten to that point that these side-by-sides have become that expensive, but they truly are offering a ridiculous amount of capability and features. So it's could be worth it. I don't know, it's a hard thing to say, but of course now I want to hear from you. This is an important discussion we need to keep having because these things keep ballooning in price. So what do you think? Is it worth it to get sort of a full cab side-by-side with full HVAC for 45 or 50 grand? Or would you just stick with a pickup truck? Heck, you could even get a pickup truck for less than that if you go for a base model in the mid-size segment. So yeah, weigh in now. What do you think about the prices? And what do you think? Are you team side-by-side or team pickup truck? And now, folks, we have come to the end of this video. So I am intrigued by this Ranger 1500 XD. It's exciting to see Polaris pushing into this new segment. They, of course, said that this is a result of feedback from farmers and ranchers and people who own woodlots, people who really work with their Rangers. They love them, but they want more. They want more of everything, and Polaris is now giving that to them. And I said this earlier, I can't wait to see if Can-Am and some of the other brands follow suit into this sort of heavy-duty side-by-side territory, and for that we'll just have to wait and see. But now, of course, I need to hear from you guys, so go in the comments, let me know what you think of the Ranger 1500. I'm also going to let you know that next week we're actually going to go ride this machine. I'm not going because I'm busy, but Dad is going to go out to Wyoming to give this new 1500 XD a try. So we're going to have a real live report for you guys from the ground there to let you know what it's like, whether it's worth it. So like I said, leave me that comment. While you're down below, don't forget to hit like, hit subscribe, hit join to become a member of our channel, and then come back here to TK Power Sports to see what we're testing next. See ya.